Hello Papua New Guinea and welcome to a brand new episode of Business PNG. Now, it is common knowledge that doing business in Papua New Guinea is quite challenging. After all, Papua New Guinea ranks 109 on the World Bank's Ease of Doing Business list, while neighboring countries such as Fiji and Samoa rank much higher. So why is this the case? Many business houses in Papua New Guinea rank corruption, lack of infrastructure and security as some of the major challenges of doing business. In this episode, we speak to one of Papua New Guinea's most well-known companies, Brian Bell Group of Companies, as well as an SME called Toro Gaming, about some of the challenges they face. This is their story. Tonight, we have Mr. Ian Clough from the Brian Bell Group of Companies. He's chairman of the board. How are you today?
I'm very well, and thanks for the invitation to come have a conversation.
Brian Bell has been in the country for the past 60 years. Can you tell us a little bit about how it's evolved over the years?
We're really excited, Leanne. This year celebrates our 60 years in PNG, and like many great Papua New Guinea companies, we're very excited about what that milestone means for our business. The business started in 1958 by Sir Brian Bell. And many people over generations remember Sir Brian as being an entrepreneur and philanthropist, and he was iconic in the history of Papua New Guinea. And Sir Brian started the business in 1958 as a gun shop down in Ella Beach, and it started from very humble beginnings down there in Ella Beach with only a handful of employees, that then has grown over the last 6 decades to be an organisation in PNG that our customers recognise, and we're very proud of that. We have branches right across the major locations in PNG, and we also have up to 1,200 employees in our business now. So what started as something very small has grown into something that's much larger. And while we're not the biggest in Papua New Guinea, we certainly work very hard to look after our customers and our team, and be here for another 60 years.
It is true that Brian Bell is known for its quality. However, as you and I know, quality means money. It means expenses. And as you know, the country is going through trying economic times, especially with the lack of forex, and a lot of businesses have basically pleading with the government about that. Tell us how this has affected Brian Bell.
Look, I think some could argue that the letters FX are a bit of a swear word in the business community, and it's true that there are certainly some challenging times when we talk about FX. But if I pause for a minute just on the foreign exchange element and step back a bit, Papua New Guinea in its almost 43-year history has been an economy that's had many ups and downs. So, we've had good times, there, and we've also had a number of challenging times. And I think we're in one of those cycles where the country is coming off some fantastic growth and strong cycles of economic growth that are now softened. And I think that's created a greater sense of concern than perhaps other countries are feeling with the same situation. If I get back to foreign exchange, it is a real issue for business in PNG, and we can avoid the challenge through different conversations, but the facts are trading in Papua New Guinea is more complex than other countries as a result of the lack of foreign exchange. However, in saying that, we've got fantastic relationships built over a long period of time with a number of the banking institutions, and we work really hard to maintain those relationships that provide us with access to foreign exchange when it's available. Now, that takes a lot of work for our relationships with our suppliers as well. So anything we do is almost inevitably coming from overseas. We have to buy products from overseas. We have to import a lot of what we're doing, and so free and ready access to foreign exchange changes how we interact with those organisations, and it does create complexity for us. That said, it forces us to challenge the way we do business, so we have to prioritise differently, we have to focus differently on how we manage our inventory, and when there's free foreign exchange out there, you tend to make decisions when you might not put as much thought into those decisions or go through the same level of process. As a result of the last couple of years with foreign exchange, it's forced us to be quite challenging on what we order and when we order it. And the implications for that for our customers, and that's the worst part, is our availability isn't as good as it should be. So customers come into our stores expecting us to have product. We may have delays in getting our product into our business as a result of some of those foreign exchange delays. But there are other complexities through dealing with economic headwinds that face all of our businesses and all of the businesses in PNG, and we're just working hard to try to mitigate the impact of that on our customers mostly.
Sure, fair enough. Besides foreign exchange, what are some of the other challenges you face? Because, I mean, this interview, this is all about the ease of doing business, and I don't know if you know, but Papua New Guinea is currently 109 in the World Bank's ease of doing business list. So what other challenges do you face? A lot of other companies that I've spoken to have listed security issues as well as corruption, lack of infrastructure as some of the major concerns for them. So
we all operate in the same market, so those concerns that those organisations and businesses talk about are real concerns for every business in the same market. I think that, and many of those are real, and sometimes the challenge for businesses in PNG is not only what's real, but also what's perceived. And very often when we're interacting with organisations and companies overseas about how they can support our business, the things that they can do with our business to grow, those things you talk about are real concerns with those companies. Many of the people that we deal with and many of the people we interact with have a real aversion to risk. They don't like dealing with places or people where they feel that there's a high degree of risk. And as a result of some of these indicators that talk about ease of doing business being quite low, all of those things you talk about around security and foreign exchange access and etc., create a perception about Papua New Guinea and increase a perception of high risk. So that then makes dealing with businesses overseas quite complex. They often won't want to provide you with lines of credit on the supply of goods. They'll increase costs of services as a result of insurances that they need to take, and all of that creates challenges for businesses in PNG to do business as freely as other markets do. But you know, all of that is impacting every one of us in this same market, and it's just about how we work within that to get the best possible outcome. But these are real challenges. You talk about security. For us, the biggest challenge with security relates to you know, our employees and our stock and our buildings. When you're recruiting people from overseas to come and add value to your business and build and add capacity, often that security risk is a concern for people. So you have to build confidence with those individuals about transitioning up to Papua New Guinea, because all they do is read about all the terrible things and not enough people are talking about the great things that are happening in Papua New Guinea. You talk about infrastructure. I know that some of the outer regions, you know, need much more support from an infrastructure perspective, and our locations out in the regions face those challenges everywhere. But if you look around Port Moresby in particular, there's been an enormous amount of investment in infrastructure, and I'd say that particularly over the last 5 or 6 years, the government's done a very good job, particularly in the capital, around building infrastructure. And I think that now it's about how we consolidate that as part of the APEC year and then take that drive and that motivation to build infrastructure out into some of these regional areas, because places like Lae, places like Mount Hagen, they're the next generation of growth for Papua New Guinea, and we need to start to support that.
Yeah, okay. I'm Leanne Jurari in Lorengau, and you're watching Business PNG. Tell us about house.
So this is our new house brand of products. In some of these products, there's a coordinated range of electrical appliances. So our customers have the opportunity to, you know, get a coordinated toaster and kettle range. It makes their kitchen look that little bit more modern. You've got it in black or white with a red trim. But if you look at the price, 60 kina for a toaster, 50 kina for a jug, that sits well below the, you know, the brand name products, but it's got all the European design and features of some of those products. You may not want to shop in the Yova or the entry point product, but you can step up into some of these house products. And when you look at, you know, this fry pan here, 210 kina, To step into a Sunbeam or one of those higher end products, you would pay a lot more. You've got an entry point product that's a little bit less. So what it does is it gives the customers a real choice whether they want to buy something really simple and inexpensive for their family, but still good quality, or they can step up into a great quality product at a really good price, or if they're feeling like they want to move into one of those brand names that they recognise and have grown to love, they can step into that too. So what it does is it gives the customers lots and lots of options while they're shopping.
And how has the feedback been?
Well, it's only been a couple of weeks. Our customers are getting used to the product. We've had some really great feedback on the house products so far. There's a couple of products that in particular the customers love, and this is one of them. I think people are getting used to the new green boxes. I think they stand out on the shelves, and some of us are still getting used to all the green, but the team have done a great job in setting all of that up and showing the customer all of the great value and all of the features that the product has. I mean, I look at the slow cooker here, 240 kina, but it's all, it's got its own chamber, it's got different functions that can keep the food warm, and what's great about it is Mum can set this up, throughout the day while she's doing other things, and at the end of the day, there's a nice warm meal for the family ready to go in the evening. So, it's a great product for our customers there, and again, focus very heavily on making sure it represents great value.
Okay, great.
Let's go and I'll show you a couple of others, and then I'll get out. Maybe I'll go over here. We talk about this one.
Yep.
So this product here is our Home & Co 3-piece cookware set, and we sell probably as good a quality cookware as anyone in PNG in the Tramontina brand. Everyone knows Tramontina in Papua New Guinea. They make fantastic quality product, and we've been working with the Tramontina team here in PNG for decades. So they make some fantastic quality product. But for some Papua New Guineans, it's not quite as affordable as they'd like it to be. Not everyone can afford a great Tramontina cookware set. So our team have gone and sourced some great quality Tramontina at a lower price. Plus they've bought in this Home & Co cookware set, which is only 65 kina for a 3-piece. It's not the same as Tramontina in quality. It's designed to be great value and good quality, but everyday Papua New Guineans can get 3 saucepans for 65 kina instead of having to go and spend perhaps 149 or 199 or even 200 or 300 kina. So it gives again the customers some choice, and it gives the customers options in terms of how much they spend on their on their homewares. If some of our customers prefer to buy great quality, head over to Tramontina. If they want to buy great value, they head into some of these products here.
Fair enough,
And the last one, we'll go and have a look at some Manchester. So this is a great range of loose crockery that we've brought in from overseas, and what we're finding in the global trends around crockery and tableware is customers don't want to buy dinner sets quite as much as they used to. The trend is shifting away from dinner sets and more into loose tableware. So what happens is it gives the customers some flexibility as to what they buy versus buying a dinner set that they go, well, I'm not really going to use the side plate, or I'm not going to use parts of that dinner set. So the guys have gone and scoured the world and looked for a great quality product that is contemporary. It looks fantastic. It's very modern looking and feeling, and we're able to do most of the pieces in this for just 8 kina. So what it does is it gets the average customer to say, do I want to do blue and grey together? Do I want a blue set? Do I want a bit of both? And customers have got that opportunity to tap into that flexibility. They're not just buying a set that's all the same. It gives them a bit of like options. You can see here we've got the the different shades of whether it's a dark colour with a light colour, and all for 8 kina. Some of the bigger bowls are a little bit more, but again it creates that flexibility for the customer. And the customers are telling us they love it because it's good value, but it's also helping them to make decisions for themselves, and that's what we want to be doing for them.
Great.
We'll go and have a look at this one.
So this home centre is the biggest?
It's our biggest store, and our lay store, we opened our new lay home centre at the end of 2016. It's it's a little bit smaller, but it's probably even better than this one. It's very modern. The guys do a great job with execution, and the customers tell us they love the shop, so it's fantastic. So this is another area where we've worked really hard with our suppliers because our customers tell us we need to offer them better value. So when you used to come to Brian Bell, you had choices of pillows and bedding and bed linen, and sometimes that was outside the average Papua New Guinean's budget. So what we've done is the team have worked really, really hard sourcing from new suppliers and been able to create better value-adding products. For example, this pillow. So you used to come to Brian Bell and you used to buy one pillow potentially for 60 or 70 kina. Now we're offering customers 2 pillows together for 65 kina. There's an even better pack of 2 pillows for 75 kina, or the top of the range, which is almost like a hotel quality pillow, for just 85 kina.
Right.
So you're getting these 2 pillows for only marginally more than you used to buy one basic pillow for. And so again, customers are saying to us, well, this is better value. I can buy that product and have 2 pillows in my family's house for what I used to almost pay for just one. We've got new ranges of bed linen, we've got new quilts, and all of that. Papua New Guineans couldn't afford to dress their bedrooms and make their houses look as lovely as they want to because it was very expensive. Now with some of these products that the team have gone and sourced, it's done a great job of being able to offer that range of products to everyday Papua New Guineans, which we're really excited about. Cool.
And Home & Co, that's one of the brands that...
So Home & Co is one of those brands that we bought in. It's from a reputable supplier overseas, based in Australia, and we've got a full range of the bed linen here. And I think of basic sheets and things for whole sets for 110 kina. I love this one. The team did a great job with quilts. Now people think we live in Papua New Guinea, what do you want a quilt for? I'm sweating profusely in this jacket, but people love to dress their bedrooms, and that, as I said, that 18 to 35 year olds are very aware of what great looks like in home decoration. So being able to get a quilt at a really great value price, being able to buy the linen to dress their home at a really great value price means that they can dress their home up and change it regularly because it's so much more affordable. And this type of thing that we're working on with sourcing comes right across our whole range of products, whether it's major appliances, small appliances, our agriculture sector. The team are working tirelessly to try to lower the price of goods through better sourcing, better supplier relationships, and for me that's going to be the key to our success with our retail customers. We've still got a lot to do with our corporate customers, but our corporate customers are also loving some of these new products in the range as well.
Great. I'm Leanne Gerari in Manila, and you're watching Business PNG.
So Toro Gaming, we're focused on bringing video game entertainment into Papua New Guinea, and also electronic sports events to Papua New Guinea, and just make it more accessible to Papua New Guineans. So as a start, we've opened up this shop in Garden City, Broker in Port Moresby, that allows people to come and buy video games, accessories, merchandise, and also allows them to play video games of their choice, because I was a gamer myself, so it was easy for me to relate to other gamers in Papua New Guinea. So it was very easy for me to communicate with them and find out what they wanted, what they liked, and I thought I could provide that for them. Our customer base, majority are teenagers to young 20-year-olds, young adults, but we also get the occasional 40-year-old or So there are the older gamers, but majority is teenage to young adults. I've witnessed in my experience that some people get put off from starting businesses just because of all the red tape they have to go through to begin with, say for registration fees, licensing, permits, and all these type of items that they have to face. So it puts them off. I think the government could probably do more in that arena and reduce these barriers and make it easier for businesses to open their and pursue their dreams. Also, little things like making it easier for them to apply for loans with institutions, or one idea I thought was good that I had was to implement like entrepreneurial and technological courses in schools, so that we prepare our young people for business in the future. Yeah. I'm hoping that we're sort of breaking through barriers, that people know about video gaming and they see a potential with it, and they're more supportive of it and the industry. And hopefully we grow and we spread around Papua New Guinea and reach a wider audience with our products and services. And also I hope like advancements in technology and reduction in costs like logistics and stuff, we're able to reach them. Yeah, hopefully esporting, electronic sports grows. It's growing globally, so I don't see why it couldn't grow in Papua New Guinea.
And that's all we had for this episode of Business PNG. For more information, if you would simply like to view this episode again, visit EMTV online at the URL at the bottom of your screen. Or to simply join the conversation, like our page on Facebook or follow us on Twitter at the Twitter handle at Business PNG. Until next week, have a pleasant evening. I'm Leanne Girari, and this was Business PNG.